this is clear. This Zola.
Uh-huh.
This is 100% a movie that under nor like I never would have thought number one that I would be going out of my way to watch a movie like this. Not because of the subject matter, but just be if you watch a trailer for this movie, you will be led to think, nah, man, I'm not watching this. Like this feels like oh, I'll put it this way. I never got into. There's a show on Netflix that everybody loved while it was on called Orange Is the New Black. I
Yep, I
never
remember
got
that.
I never got into that show. It just didn't appeal to me on that level because I wasn't the target demographic for that TV show. I'm sure it was great, but I wasn't the target demographic. You know, the raunchy kind of the I guess the raunchy, dirty, female led type of movies. I'm never gonna be the target audience for that because I'm not a female. I'm not it's not meant to appeal to me, right? But
Right.
something felt different about this movie because it looked in the trailers to be kind of artistic. It looked to be approaching some of this nasty kind of raunchy subject matter in a way that was almost like
Different.
very different,
Hmm.
very different. So, for starters, I'm going to say this. This is not a movie that you're going to watch with your mother. This is not a movie that you're going to watch with your sisters. This is not a movie that I'm going to watch with my nieces
Hmm.
ever in life. Ever. Ever.
Damn.
I don't care if my nieces, I don't like, I have, my brother has three daughters, 15,
Hmm.
uh, 11, and 12. I will never watch this movie with any of them. If they were to be the same age I am right now, I will never watch this movie with them. This movie is borderline pornographic.
Shit. Damn.
Borderline pornographic. But it's presented and framed in a way to where you understand why it's being presented that way. It's not gratuitous in a way that some other types of movies that deal with this same kind of subject matter can lean into. This movie easily could have tried to out shock value every other R-rated raunchy kind of type setup, but it doesn't do that. And that's where the appeal in it for me lies. I mentioned the actor by the name of Coleman Domingo about two different times on this podcast as one of the main characters on Fear the Walking Dead. He's gonna be in Candyman later this year, but he was the breakout character and the breakout actor in this movie. His portrayal of a pimp slash manipulator slash fucking asshole slash sociopath, all of that. His portrayal as that type of character in this movie was enough for you to sympathize with the two female protagonists in this movie. This guy was a fucking asshole, bro, all around. Oh man, all around. And this is the thing that I want to point out here. As far as bad guys go, as far as villains go, yeah, I love my Thanoses, I love my dark sides, but I like this character as a bad guy because there are 100 million, literally countless people who are walking this earth who are just like the guy that he portrayed in this movie here. And the part of it that's chilling that sets in is that through the portrayal of the actor, he's presenting himself in a way that's charming. He's presenting himself in a way to where you could see how somebody can believe everything that he's saying because the fear doesn't kick in until the situation becomes tense. And there are plenty tense situations throughout the course of the movie. And as
Mm.
that ramps up, you see the darker parts of his personality ramp up. And when it does, it's fucking terrifying. It's terrifying, bro, in a movie that is meant to make you laugh, right?
Yeah,
So
that sounds like a good performance by him.
It is. It's a damn good performance. And I guess the comparison that I'll make with Zola, this is almost like I'll say this is oh man. This is like a female kind of chick flick version of Boogie Nights from back in the day.
Okay. I can see
This
that.
is a feat. Every bit is raunchy, every bit is dirty, but also cinematic and artful in the way that it presents this very bad subject matter. And by the end of the movie, you're thinking like, man, like they all these bad things have happened. Very graphic and implied to be graphic things have happened. And at the end of it, a lot of people get away scot-free. A lot of people end up by the end of this movie not facing any consequences. And even though the end of the movie is still kind of comical in a way, it's almost like you're laughing at the end of it, but you feel bad for laughing because some of the bad guys still come away with a victory at the end of this movie, bro. And and it hurt. Like it hurts a little bit because you know that in real life these kind of things happen. I didn't know this movie is based on a true story.
Damn, dude. I mean, like you said, based on real life, this shit happens, and
yeah,
not everyone gets they're up and comings.
But when you learn that this is a movie based on a Twitter thread that turned into a magazine article and then turns into a live action movie, basically telling the story of a girl who's a girl who's a stripper on the side, part time to earn extra money, that kind of sort of almost ends up being abducted to go to Florida, coerced into a situation that she never thought she was going to be in. It seems too good to be true, but then when it plays out, it's like, oh shit, like this doesn't, I don't believe that this happened, but I'm not surprised that it actually happened. This is like, bro, the line between suspension of disbelief and disappointment is right there. Like, you don't think that something like this could actually be real, but then when you think about how people actually are in real life, it's like, fuck, man. This is just terrible. Like, you're laughing at it now, but you know when you go home, you're gonna have to take a shower after watching this fucking movie.
Yeah, dude. That seems pretty graphic as hell. And I'm not just viewing it, just mentally, just like who would go through something like this and then just live to tell the tale and then like, oh, that's just life. It's like
right.
It makes you think like, damn.
And the thing is, okay, she's the protagonist of the movie. Zola, the movie is being told from her perspective and played up for comedy because she's not being directly affected by some of these bad things that are happening. But if this movie is being made from the perspective of some of the other characters, this could easily be like a dark tragedy type story. The only reason this could be played as a comedy is because our point of view character is just there for it, witnessing it, as opposed to being a victim of it. And that's a very important factor right there. And if you ever get around to watching this movie, I would highly advise just keeping an eye on that, because that goes a long way in the way that you receive what's happening and also perceive what's happening. And it's an emotional roller coaster that you don't realize is an emotional roller coaster until you get off of it. And that's the only way I can describe it. I don't know if I will ever watch this movie again, but I know that the experience of seeing this movie is one that I'm never gonna forget. Yeah.
Shit, dude. What would you give it for a score?
Um see, that's where it gets a little bit dicey because this is also another art movie. But I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, 8.5 out of 10. Sounds like a one-time view, and then your eyes don't want to see that, and your mind
Yep,
doesn't want to process that again.
absolutely. 8.5 out of 10, bro. Like Coleman Domingo, that guy's on his way up, man. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
dude,
yeah. I remember seeing him in Selma a few years ago. Minor
yeah,
role, and he's
dog.
just been blown up in other different movies. Yep.
That dude is on his way up, man. I need Fear the Walking Dead to hurry up and come back in October, but that's a different conversation, man. Different conversation.